Alright guys, well here's the new addition to the channel. It is a 1967 Chevy El Camino. So we're going to be doing pretty much a full restoration on this thing. It is quite a bit different than what I'm used to, and I'm excited to learn and show you guys what I'm going to be doing to it. So this was actually a gift to my dad for Christmas, and they're moving, so I'm taking it over to finish the restoration and just get this thing up to par, running good, looking good. So to start, I wanted to just show what we're working with at first and then go from there on what I'm going to be doing and actually documenting what I am doing to it. So this is the starting point. Basically, it has the orange paint, as you can see, pretty obvious. It's not the greatest paint job, it's decent. Looks good on camera and from afar, so I guess that's all that matters. And the wheels are Colorado custom wheels. These are 16 inches. Look pretty good, but I think I'm going for a different style, so I will be changing these up to more of like a muscle style wheel, get a different look. I feel like these look kind of like a lowrider style, but they do look good regardless. And that's kind of it for the outside. It's pretty straight body. It does have rust under it, which we'll be going over in a little bit. And let's go ahead and show what's under there here. Under the hood, we got this 327 Chevy small block engine. So this is actually what I believe to be the stock engine that came in this, which is kind of a big deal for some people. With the whole matching numbers thing, can make it more valuable. But from what I've done with my research, this is an original 327 from a 67 that came in these cars. So unless someone happened to swap in the same exact year, this is the original engine. So it does have the good camel hump heads, which breathe better than some other versions that Chevy came out with. And as you can see, it is very stock. It doesn't even have headers, which is like very common. Doesn't have an intake, and it is the stock quadrajet, or it doesn't have an intake upgrade, I should say, and it has the stock quadrajet carburetor on there. It does have a nice new Delco Remy distributor, which definitely is a good thing. But I already ordered a new Edelbrock intake and carburetor, which will be coming in, and I'll be installing those. And yeah, that's kind of it for the engine. This is going to be basically completely overhauled. I have like I said, the new carburetor coming in, and then also I already have a complete new wiring harness. That is going to replace this wiring harness, which has things like this in them, and that, and that, and the interior is just worse. So that will all be swapped out, along with some headers, some good heads eventually, but first I'm going to do the intake and carburetor, and I think that will be good enough for now. And then eventually also a cam. So basically the basic setup for a good street car. So that's it for the engine. Let's go ahead and do the rest of the walk around. We got this side actually is missing the hubcaps, but they're quite expensive, so I might get those, or I might sell them as they are. But going on to the inside, we have pretty stock interior. Also, we do have this very nice looking Grant wheel. The speedometer and all that good stuff, all the gauges are completely stock. I put that radio in. I have a new one coming in that's more of like a retro look, and I think it'll blend much better with the interior. Heater doesn't work, we need to fix that. Doesn't have AC or anything. I already put some speakers in it. And these door cards are very nice, and the headliner is even nicer. That's one thing the previous owner did do to it. And these seat covers are pretty nice also. I really like that look. Carpet is decent, and under, which is where it gets fun, under these seats, I'll put the clip in right now of what that looks like. So as you can see, we're going to be doing some major rust repair in the very near future. We're going to be cutting out basically this whole section here and on the other side, and going to be welding in a new floor pan. So we've already done this in the Synchro Vanagon. I made a video on that, and we also need to repair this right here, but I'm really not afraid of rust repair. It's pretty easy, especially when it's such a flat panel like this. So that will be fun once we get to that. Moving to the back, let's go over the suspension real quick. So ignore those air lines. We have very blown out stock air shocks in this thing. That one is quite leaky, as you can kind of see there. So we're going to be replacing that very soon, along with some 2-inch drop springs. And I think that 2-inch drop spring in the back and in the front, and I think that'll give it a good stance, especially with these wheels. So that is pretty much it for the walk around. I know one thing I did miss was the Smugglers Box in the back. We are going to be either putting in struts on the sides here with a piano hinge along here that will basically make it open, or we'll be putting a linear actuator in here that'll, with a push of a button, open and close it. I'm not sure which one yet, I haven't decided. But yeah, first on the list is going to be the carburetor, the wiring harness. We have a tachometer to install, a coolant temperature gauge to install, and yeah, a bunch of little stuff like that that's going to add up, and I'll be making videos on all of them. Everything's kind of universal with these cars, so it is a 67, and like basically if you have a 60 to an 80, it's going to be the same, or a 60 to a 70 at least. It'll be very similar. So we're definitely going to be going over all that. And also back here we have this old thing, which looks like just some pile of garbage, but it's actually the panel that covers this. Kind of hard to see with the sun, but we're going to be doing wood paneling here for that. So I think that will look a lot better. And here's that piano hinge I have ready. Ooh, also, while I'm back here, this is why the floor pan is all rusted, because this somehow got all screwed up. So I'm gonna have to repair this also. Moving up to here, this was kind of rusted out, so I went ahead and neutralized it, and I will be painting this. So I think it will look quite a bit better after I do all that stuff. So besides the little exhaust clip, which of course we got to put in, let's do that real quick. Well, with all that being said, I think that is it for the walk around on this thing. It's got a ways to go, and we got a lot of work to do, and I'm eager to get to it. So the videos will be coming out very soon on where we're going to be going with it. And yeah, so let's get to work. Thanks for watching.